day to each and everyone. My name is Alafed D. Ponyo,
And my name is Rapunzel Kate E. Prino.
and today we will be presenting to you the Learning Episode 10,
The Instructional Cycle.
The Instructional Cycle, a crucial framework that guides teaching and learning.
The instructional cycle encompasses key stages that ensure effective instruction from planning and delivery to assessment and evaluation.
Through this presentation, we will walk you through various components of instructional cycle, highlighting its significance in enhancing student learning outcomes.
This episode centers on the guiding principles in the selection and use of teaching methods.
Exactly, because teaching methods is very important for you to be an effective teacher.
Yes, it will also tackle lesson development in the OBTL way.
The K-12 curriculum and teacher curriculum are focused on outcomes
Standards
and competencies. This means that lessons must be delivered with focus on outcomes.
So the following are the questions written from the FS book 1. So here's the first question. What is the best method of teaching? Is there such a thing?
Alright, so student-centered is the best method of teaching wherein learners' needs are the focus, and it is also a way to develop many skills, and also it is for their own good. Overall, it depends on the nature of students, the student, matter, and the motivation of the students.
Alright. The next question is, how do we select the appropriate strategy for our lesson?
Before we select an appropriate strategy for our lesson, we should determine first our learning objectives on the lesson, where the knowledge, skills, and attitudes of the learners is captured, considering what should be the students will able to learn at the end of the lesson. In selecting an appropriate strategy, we should learn to consider the learner's capacity level.
Okay, thank you.
Next question is, did the teacher state the learning objectives or intended learning outcomes at the beginning? How did he or she share them with the class? How?
Okay, so yes, she did. After checking of attendance and having their energizer, she tells the student the intended learning outcome and explain it briefly. After that, discussion follows.
Alright, so that's good. So the next question is, what teaching and learning activities did he or she use? Did this teaching and learning activities help him or her attain his or her lesson objectives? Explain your answer.
Okay, so the teaching and learning that the teacher activity use is the collaborative work activities where the learners will work as a group, where learners will work independently but collaboratively. She also encouraged her students to participate in the discussion.
Alright. What are the assessment tasks the teacher employ? Is this aligned to the learning outcomes?
Okay, yes, so the assessment that the teacher did employ is a group activity. Each group have their corresponding activity that is aligned to attain one of the intended learning outcomes and present it in front of the class.
Oh, that's nice. So what are your thoughts about outcome-based teaching and learning?
Okay, so outcome-based teaching and learning, or what we call OBTL, focuses on teaching and learning or assisting to achieve learning outcomes, and it evidence from the assessment results and students' learning experiences.
Thank you. So can you reflect on the use of OBTL or outcome-based teaching and learning?
Okay, so outcome-based teaching and learning is the learning outcomes which is expected to be able to perform after completing the lesson you teach. The OBTL also used to measure the performance of the students and also measure the teacher's effectiveness. Teaching and learning activities are then carefully designed to facilitate students to achieve these outcomes. So, through OBTL or outcome-based teaching and learning, teacher can provide students with systematic learning experiences, thus better quality education, and the learning is beneficial to students wherein they could use it in their real-life situation.
Oh, that's good.
Now let's proceed to activity 10.3, analyze. Neil Postman once said, "Children go to school as question marks and leave school as periods." Does this have something to do with the type of questions that teachers ask and the questioning and reacting techniques that they employ?
Yes, it does. The students go to school to learn something from the lesson and teachers doing great in class. Students go to school with no learning yet after class. They'll go home with so much learning from their school. If the teacher has a good questioning and then the technique of the teacher asks to catch student attention, student will really learn.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Reflect on the importance of using various reacting techniques.
Alright, so reacting techniques is one way of addressing needs of the students in terms of learning. Teacher need to respond or give feedbacks to student answer or outputs for them to know what they're saying is correct or needs improvement. It also helps them to boost confidence of the teachers as well as the learners to continue participating in class.
Alright, okay, now let's proceed to link theory to practice. The first question is, learning is an active process. Which one is an application of this principle?
A. Avoid drills which are out of context. B. Teach your content from a multidisciplinary perspective. C. Group students for work or project. That way, project becomes less expensive. D. Let students learn the steps in opening a computer by making them follow the steps. So the answer is letter D. Let students learn the steps in opening a computer by making them follow the steps. So let's proceed to number 2.
The more senses that are involved, the more and the better the learning. Which practice is aligned with this principle?
A. Employ cooperative learning. B. Teach using mostly verbal symbol. C. Invite parents as resource speaker in class. D. Bring students to field trip. D. Bring students to field trips with consent of school and parents.
So the answer is letter C. Invite parents as resource speakers in class.
Yes. And now let's proceed to number 3.
In OBTL, upon which should my assessment be based?
A. Content. B. Intended learning outcome. C. Scope of subject matter. D. Teaching and learning activity. The answer is letter D. Teaching and learning activity. Next, number 4.
Which type of question will least promote interaction among students?
A. Divergent. B. Conceptual. C. Convergent. D. Inference.
So the answer is letter A. Divergent.
And now let's proceed to number 5.
To obtain well thought out answers, which questioning behavior helps?
A. Allowing sufficient time. B. Asking open-ended questions. C. Asking non-directed questions. And D. Involving as many as possible.
Okay, the correct answer is letter B.
Asking open-ended questions. To summarize it all, effective teaching involves applying guiding principles, determining learning objectives, and using various teaching strategies like collaborative work and discussion.
Teachers should also employ effective questioning techniques ranging from factual to open-ended questions and provide feedback to students.
The episode emphasizes the importance of clearly stated lesson objectives, aligning assessment with objectives, and creating a non-threatening atmosphere that enhances learning. So that would be all. Thank you so much. Once again, my name is Alfred D. Ponyo.
And my name is Rapunzel Kate E. Prino.